Hello friends, myself Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur would like to welcome you to KT Research Guidance Bureau. First of all, I would like to thank you to all of subscribers and non-subscribers, those who took keen interest and supported me for this channel. So, thank you very much, and thanks to your kind support, I am able to extend the series of lectures for various subjects. So, my humble request to you that those who have not subscribed, please subscribe, because this channel is very helpful to all research students who are interested to do their research work. Moreover, are also interested to present papers or major and minor research project. This channel is very helpful to them because it gives the complete idea about the research work. Moreover, for master degree students, this channel gives you the perfect idea and knowledge about various subjects, and they are interested to clear their NET, SLAT or other competitive exams. So, definitely after viewing this channel they will get good success. So, my humble request to all of you, please subscribe the channel, give your comments and favor for the bureau. In previous session, I gave you the idea about strategic planning. Today, I will give you brief idea about decision making. Why? Because decision is everything. Our future is purely based on our decision. If our decisions are good, then our future is bright. Many times our parents, guardians or other person, they take decision on behalf of us, and if they follow the scientific process of decision making, their decisions are also beneficial to our career. So, let us try to understand the simple meaning of decision. Decision making is a concerned human process involving both individual and social phenomenon based upon factual and value premises, which concludes with a choice of one behavioral activity from among one or more alternatives with the intention of moving towards some desired state of affairs. So, obviously, why we lead our life? We lead to get something, to fulfill our objectives. So, if we want to fulfill our objectives, that time obviously we have to select so many things one by one, and for that various object alternatives are available and we can select one of them. So far as students are concerned, obviously they want to develop a good career, and for that they have to take the decisions. This time also they have suppose two alternatives, whether to concentrate on the studies or be lethargic with the studies and enjoy the life, or accompany with other fellows, those who are not interested in studies. So, obviously, when the exams will come, that time they have nothing to highlight, and those who are devoted to the studies, they can highlight their skill and can get good percentage of marks. Another definition says that decision making is a process of selection from a set of alternatives course of action which is thought of fulfilling the objectives of the decision problem more satisfactorily from others. This definition also highlights that it is a process, and obviously when it is a process you have to move step by step. For that you have several alternatives and select the best one. How we can select the best alternative, that we are going to learn. So, keep in mind this simple definition of decision making. These definitions clears the features of decision making. Among them, first is it is a goal oriented process. If you have objectives or a pre-decided goal, then to fulfill that objectives you have to take a decision. If you do not want to do anything, then obviously you can say that I want to achieve, but it is not like that. It is the wrong interpretation of life or your skill. So, it is always a goal oriented process. Second thing is it implies a set of alternatives, means if you want to achieve something you have to work accordingly. For that several alternatives are available, and if there is no alternative or only one alternative, then no need to take any decision because it is compulsory. So, decision making generally implies a set of alternatives, and among these alternatives you have to select one alternative. The third most important thing is it is a dynamic process. So, when you take the decision, that time you have to evaluate your objectives plus all alternatives with a different dimensions, with a different angles, and then only you can select anyone. If your evaluation is poor, then you may select a poor alternative or wrong alternative. So, it is a dynamic process. Then always related to environment. As per the environment, take the decision. What it indicates? That in past, in the same situation, the manager took a decision, then no one can say that in future for the same he has to take the same decision. No. As per the environment, you have to take the decision. Let us try to understand with a simple example. In olden days, if you find in offices, maybe government office or any private concern, that time number of employees were more, and accordingly they have to take the decision. But today we are in a IT era, in 21st century, we use information technology. So, obviously the number of employees are less, and if you appoint more number of employees, then your operational expenditure will increase and you can't compete with your competitors. So, as per the situation, as per the environment, you have to take the decision, and if your evaluation of environment is good and perfect, then your decisions are also very good. Another thing is implies freedom to the decision maker regarding the final choice. Means there are several alternatives, but the last and final choice always goes to decision maker, and as per the choice you have to take the decision, and it is continuous and ongoing process. Means suppose when you cleared your 12th standard examination and you took admission maybe in BBA, BCom or in any other degree course, and you can say that I took the decision for my life. Now, for my life, no need to take any decision. It is not like that. Daily you have to take the decision, yearly you have to take the decision, and continuously you have to take the decision. Then only you can fulfill your objectives. Means it is an ongoing process and it is a continuous process. So, keep in mind, and the most powerful thing is it is intellectual, or you can say it is a rational process. So, when you take any decision, that time apply your brain, acquire maximum information about that thing, analyze everything and then take the decision. Do not take any decision emotionally, because in Hindi film it may be right, but in real life many times they are wrong. So, it is an intellectual process. From these features, some characteristics of decision making we can see. I will explain you in brief. First of all, it is a process of choosing a course of action from among the alternative course of action. So, you have to select any course of action among several alternatives. Then it is a human process. It does not mean that animals they never take decision, they also take decisions, but it is said that it is a human process involving to a great extent the application of intellectual ability. So, if your intellectual ability is good, sound, then your decisions are also good. Then it is proceeded by deliberation and reasoning. So, why you select this alternative? You must have the answer, and deliberately you are selecting. Afterwards, you can say that it involves a time dimension and time lag. This is also one of the characteristics, and it always has a purpose. If you have objectives or goal, for that you can take the decision, means it is a purposive. So, these are some of the characteristics that we have to keep in mind. There are several types of decision. Some of them I would like to explain, but I will give you first the types in brief. First one is program decision. Second is non-program decision, routine decision, strategic decision, organizational decisions, personal decisions, individual decisions, group decision, traditional decision and scientific decisions. They are the most common types of decisions. Let's try to understand all these types of decisions in brief. Among them, first is program and non-program decisions. So far as the nature is concerned, program decisions deal with routine and repetitive problems. Obviously, suppose you are an employee of one of the organization and you are working as a clerk or accountant. Then rules and regulations are there. Working pattern is also there. As per rules and regulations and pattern, you have to do your work. While non-program decisions are unique and novel problems. For that, you have to take non-program decisions. Many times, the situation is very uncommon. For that, you have to take the decision. So, situation is unique, novel and new problems are there. For that, if you take the decision, then it is non-program decision. Next one is condition. So far as condition is concerned, in program decision, the condition is highly certain, while in non-program decision, obviously it is highly uncertain conditions. Third one is situation. Then, so far as situation is concerned, in program decision, you have to find out the solution or you have to take the decision according to the establishment. Because when the organization established that time, that establish rules, regulations and everything. As per that establishment, you have to take program decisions. While in non-program decisions, obviously each situation is different and it needs a creative solution. So, if you have creative mind, then you can find out solution, good solution for that one. So far as judgment is concerned, in program decision, it required little judgment and deliberation, while obviously in non-program decision case involve much thought and more judgment. Then only that decision will be good. And as per the situation, as per the unique problem, you can find out the solution. And so far as level of management is concerned, obviously program decision usually lower level management they take, while non-program decisions always higher level management takes. So, this is the brief idea about program and non-program decision. Another type is routine decisions and strategic decisions. Both terminologies are very clear and both terminologies indicates the different. So, your routine decisions are also called as operative decisions because they are routine, and for strategic decision you can say policy decisions, because generally for designing the policy we take strategic decisions. Then so far as nature is concerned, in routine decisions obviously it is repetitive or for day to day activities, and strategic decisions they are obviously unique in nature, or you can say the situation is not a routine situation, it is little bit difficult situation or recent current scenario. For that you have to take the decision. Then generally routine decisions they are for short term commitments. So, if the decision taker or maker makes any mistake, then you can repair it. But so far as strategic decisions are concerned, they are for the long term commitments. So, if your decision is wrong, then not only you, but your 3-4 generations have to face. I am sorry to say you that when we got the freedom, that time our leaders they took many wrong decisions, and till date we are unable to solve them. So, it affects not only one generation, but many times it affects 2, 3 or more generations. So, when you take strategic decision, that time be clear about it. Take the help of expert and intellectual people. Analyze the situation with several dimensions and take it. Then obviously impact is minor for routine decisions, and as I explained you, for strategic decision there is a great impact and it influence on future also. Then so far as routine decisions are concerned, lower level management they take, while upper level or higher level authority they take strategic decision. And so far as deliberation or you can say quickness is concerned, for routine decision you can take very quickly, because you know rules and regulations and structure establishment everything. But in strategic decisions much deliberation is required, much more judgment is also required. So, you can't take quick decisions. Why? Because the impact is for a longer duration. So, this is the basic difference between routine decision and strategic decision. Now, let us try to understand another type of decision, that is organizational decision. Obviously, commerce and management students they are very clear about organization, structure of organization, establishment of organization, so they can understand organizational decision very easily. So, for organizational decision you have to take the decision for organization. It may be a company, it may be a partnership, or it may be a state or country. We can consider it as a one organization. So, for that you have to take the decision. and generally these decisions are made by managers, means authority, higher authority. Right now, our government takes the decision for our country. They are the authority for that one. And another thing is, for official capacity as allocation of resources, generally they take. First, they have the idea about the resources and they have to allocate these resources, and always they are limited in nature, to complete organization, and they have to satisfy everyone. For that they take the decision, and these decisions are based on rationality, judgment and experience. If your judgment is good, your experience is very wide and unique, then you can take good decisions. And first, higher authority takes the decision, and then they pass on this decision to lower authority, and afterwards they work as per these decisions. Then always organizational decision affects the functioning of the organization. So, this is the brief idea about organizational decision. The another type is very easy to understand because it is personal decisions. You and me, all the time we take the decision, that is personal decision. So, personal decisions are made by individuals for their own, or many times on behalf of others you take the decision, because many times they rely on you. Suppose you are expert, then you can give them the idea about the decision, and on that basis they take their individual decision, but it is for the individuals. Then generally such decisions cannot be delegated, but you can take the help. There is no wrong for that one. You can consider others' opinion also, but you can't delegate to others. Then I will give you one example for that. Suppose marriage, to marry or not, that is individual decision. To appear in the examination or not, to invest your time in your studies or wandering here and there, that is your individual decision. And as per your individual decision, you can build up your career. That is the main thing, and these things you have to keep in mind. Then always this decision affects the personal life, because they are your decisions, and you took this decision by yourself. So, obviously, if your decisions are good, then you will taste good fruits, and if they are poor, then obviously you have to suffer. Then many times we say that this is my life and I took this decision, but keep in mind we are not single person. Our decision always affects to our family, to our society also. So, all these persons, they say that we have the freedom, freedom to speak, freedom to behave, but it is not like that. So, we are individual, that is true, but our decisions always affects the others also. So, when you take individual decision for yourself, keep in mind others' interest, and on that basis try to take the decisions, then the quality of these decisions will be better. Another type of decision is individual and group decision. I explain you individual decision. So, it is for us taken by the single individuals, mainly it may be for the routine work. When you are associated with organization or with family work, then it is for the routine work and it is very simple. But group decision is little bit difficult, and so far as we Indian people are concerned, we are very poor in group decision. Individually we are intelligent, we have everything, but when we have to work in a group, that time our performance is very poor. So, in group decision, generally all group members they take the decision, or they can appoint a committee, and on behalf of the members this committee takes the decision and they follow that decision. And so far as results are concerned, if your group decisions are good, then you can enjoy good results, well balanced decision and more realistic decisions. So, this is a little idea about group decision. Another type is traditional decision. All the time we shout that it is our tradition. So, what is tradition? Many times tradition may be wrong, but we follow it. Anyway, in traditional decision, we use of human intuition and experience. If you have selected any one thing and it is not a rational thing, then you can say my intuition gives me the idea, my experience says like that, but all the time experience may not be seen. But generally traditional decisions are based on intuition, experience, then many times they use trial and error method, and it is not a wrong method. What happens? Suppose you are the first person, no any other information is available, but you want to complete your task. So, this trial and error method will help you, but for the organization, if all the time you apply trial and method, that time expenditure is more and you have to consume more time. That time gather the information and then take the decision. But when there is no information or the situation is unique, all the time you have to suffer so many things, then you can apply trial and error method. You may get success, you may not get success. Then it is based on judgment, means you have to judge the situation, and as per your judgment you take the decision. Suppose one person is interested to know your views, his body language is different and his words are different, and if you have experience you can judge the person, and as per your judgment you can take the decision. Then in traditional decisions they adopt traditional techniques, means they may not be scientific. All traditional techniques are wrong, nobody can say like this, but it may not be scientific. Then in traditional decision generally there is no use of operations research techniques, generally they do not apply operation research techniques. So, this is the brief idea about traditional decisions. Let us try to understand scientific decision. Obviously, scientific decisions they are based on information. So, you use information and reasoning. Why this you have to do, why you take the decision, for that collect the information. Then it is based on systematic approach. Systematically you will follow, and when you collect the data or information, this is not for the hobby. You analyze the data, and after analyzing the data you take the decision, means it is analytical. And you can use modern techniques, and generally all scientific decisions, they are based on modern techniques, and they use operation research techniques for decision making. So, this is the difference between traditional decisions and scientific decisions. Now, let us try to understand decision making steps. See this diagram, it highlights the complete process. First step is identification of the problem. Identify the problem. If identification is good, proper, then half of the problem is solved. But many times we are unable to understand the problem. In Gujarati it is said that dukhe pet ne kute mathu, means you have another problem and you are trying to get another solution. So, first step is identify the problem. After identification, diagnose the problem, go in deep, diagnose it. Third thing is discover the alternatives, which alternatives are available, try to get maximum alternative. Then evaluate each and every alternative, merits, demerits, your situation and your capacity. Keep in mind all these angles and evaluate all alternatives. After evaluating the alternative, select the best one. No one can say that this best alternative is best for everyone. No, as per your situation, as per your capability, as per your financial status, select it. So, one alternative is best and suitable to you, then this alternative may not be for others. So, select the alternative. After selecting the alternative, implement that alternative. When you implement it, that time you can get the idea whether you are able to complete your task or you are able to solve the problem and you are able to get the fruits. If not, then what to do? Then apply with the another alternative. So, first step, second step and third and fourth steps, again no need to repeat it, because you analyzed all alternatives. Now, only you selected one alternative and you are unable to solve the problem, then apply with another alternative. First, second, third, give the rank of the alternative and then check whether you are able to complete your goal or not. So, this is the simple process, or you can say decision making steps. I hope you enjoyed the session, and please cooperate the channel, subscribe the channel, give your comments and favor for the channel. Thank you very much. So nice of you.